Hey there YouTube, this is Fat to Fit here, and this is kind of another weird one. Another original. This is an apology video to a fella on YouTube called The Vegan Mojo. So he had a video about this Abbasil guy who was reacting to a video by Durian Ryder. Kind of a guy that is kind of a dick online. But I really like his videos because he's a bike rider and a fellow cardio junkie. There's a lot of people that are like politically motivated to be a vegan, and which is, saving animals, not exploiting animals. The main thrust is it's against any kind of animal agriculture, and I'm all for that. I'm absolutely for that. I think this is I'm more of the superficial type though, where it's just a lifestyle thing for me. I'm a lucky Westerner, and I own a home, and I'm married, and I can choose to eat expensive fruits and veggies, and so I'd like to see, you look at Southeast Asia, they eat a lot of rice, and that's certainly vegan. There's a lot of plant-based action going on in Southeast Asia and poor developing countries. You pick them, they're there. Rice, potatoes, these inexpensive staples. We don't just eat rice though. I mean, I don't just eat rice. I don't think a lot of vegans in America eat just rice. So I don't know where I'm going with that exactly, but if this is what I'm talking about is I was kind of trolling his comment section because I don't know. I feel like I got to stick up for Durian Ryder. He doesn't need somebody to stick up for him. He's a guy who'll say what he wants to say, and maybe he'll suffer the consequences. Maybe it won't. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be part of that gossipy section. Not really. I mean, I'm willing enough to say his name and put it in a video, and do I need to put his name in the title or the description to help him out or hurt him? I'm not trying to do any of that either. Not trying to become part of the drama. Not trying to be like that purple-headed peacock. I think you know what I'm talking about if you're interested in the vegan community, but that angry 20-something ex-junkie, whatever. Not trying to make a judgment on him. That's it. Those are his words. This, backsliding this year, so not that I'm trying to get off subject. It just happens with these guys. But anyway, getting back to the Vegan Mojo, I've been watching his videos. I guess I've been watching his videos for about 4 months, and he covers a wide variety of topics related to veganism, related to sustainable agriculture, related to animal activism, whether we're talking specifically with farm animals or videos he has about endangered species, this sort of thing. You should check him out. The tens of people that watch my videos, you should check him out. So that's my endorsement of the Vegan Mojo. Big fan of that guy. Wasn't trying to troll, but we were having a little bit of... He was keeping us cool while I was kind of making a biting point that, gosh, you can't... Are you gonna make a reaction video or a call-out video? Isn't that kind of what Durian Ryder does? If you're gonna use the man's boilerplate, money producer, boilerplate, business producer, marketing producer, you can't really call him out for doing it. I guess you can, because that's what he does, but it's kind of a vicious cycle. So I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but I was just saying, hey, it seemed kind of hypocritical if that's what you're going to do. And then he was very patient with me and brought up his ideas about, what we can do to, help animal activism and make cultural, political change to, move veganism into more of a mainstream thing, rather than kind of this minority side group. Try to make veganism not kind of this, sideshow, freak show that it can appear to people in the outside world. And since I'm fairly recently a convert from being a vegetarian to being a vegan, I can kind of see where people come from. There's everybody has kind of a story that they have about themselves, that they've written about themselves, kind of like this persona that they want to thrust upon themselves as the rest of the world sees it. And people rarely play the bad guy in their own story. So if veganism is not what I'm into as the individual's perspective, then people who say that eating animals wrong, they must be the bad guy. So it's kind of like one of those deals. You're not going to bludgeon people into being a vegan. You're not going to yell and scream people into being vegans. You're not going to call them fat, and that'll make them become vegans. It doesn't really work that way. I think people can be skinny and eat meat. And animal products. There's a ton of, Olympic class athletes that eat meat and eat animal products, and they're still super thin and at the top of their game. So I think what it comes down to is that being vegan is a choice, and eating meat is a choice. So what do you choose? Can't we pose it in that way? We could make it an emotional thing, or we could intellectualize it. And I think a multifarious approach is how it should be done. Different people making different persuasive arguments. So check out Vegan Mojo. He's a pretty decent guy. Put up with me. Peace.